Yes, I was a frat boy. Yes, I know. Unbelievable. Peter Poggu was a frat boy.
Yo, let's go fucking chug kickstand. Let's go beer pong, bitch.
Hello, friends. I have come back from my friend's wedding. Let me just tell you more about the wedding itself. So, the person who got married, the people that got married, were my friends from college, Sam and Carmen. Sam and I have been friends since his freshman year, my sophomore year. And just a long story short, I met him because he was he was like the suite mate of my freshman year roommates. I lived in an apartment with a guy and a girl, but those two started dating each other. When a man loves a woman, they have lots and lots of sex. It was difficult for me to like comfortably go back to my apartment, especially since the walls are so thin. And also I kept finding used condoms all over the floor of my shared bedroom with my male roommate. So I was just really uncomfy. I ended up staying hanging out with my freshman year roommates in their suite, because what happened was I was supposed to sign up for sophomore year on-campus dorming, but I missed the deadline because I'm a dumbass. I didn't check my email in time, so I ended up having to live off campus. I also became friends with Sam, who was a freshman that year and living in the same dorm. I ended up basically staying in his room all the time, like sleeping over at his place. Like he lived in a triple. There was 3 guys in that room, and I was the 4th roommate in a triple, essentially. Like, I basically slept in the sleeping bag in their room. And I would stay at their dorm, like, 5 days out of the 7 days of the week. The year after that year, I joined my fraternity, Alpha Phi Omega. Even held a couple officer positions in AFIO. And the year after that, his now wife, Carmen, pledged the first semester. Because every year, you could pledge either the fall or the winter quarters. So in the fall, Carmen pledged for my fraternity. So technically, I knew Carmen before Sam did. She was really cool. I always liked her from the beginning. I thought she was a really cool, nice, sweet person. Yes, I was a frat boy. Yes, I know. Unbelievable. Peter Poggu was a frat boy.
Yo, let's go fucking chug kickstand. Let's go beer pong, bitch.
And my fraternity was also co-ed, so like both girls and guys could apply. The fall quarter of that year, Carmen joined. She pledged for our fraternity. And then the winter quarter of that year, my friend Sam decided to join as well. That's how they like first like got to know each other. But I don't actually think what I did was that big of a deal. Carmen and Sam give me a lot of credit for getting them together in the first place, but like it's honestly not that big of a deal. Essentially what happened was
that's real nice.
Yeah, me and Sam were sitting in my garage because I was living in a frat house, and it was like really late, like 3 in the morning. We're in my garage, just sipping beers and some lawn chairs. And then I could tell that something was on Sam's mind. And Sam's just like, I really like Carmen. I don't know what to do, because I don't, I'm just some fucking random white guy that's never really talked to her before, but like, I think she's really cute. And like, yeah, I don't know what to do. And I was just like, bro, like you are one of the smartest guys I've ever met, one of the funniest guys I've ever met. And I know that any girl that was lucky enough to date you would fall head over heels for you. So I just told him, dude, just fucking ask her on a date, you fucking dumbass. And by fucking God, he did it. He fucking did it, boys. He walked up to her at the next party and he said, hey, I think you're beautiful and I would love to take you on a date sometime. What a fucking Chad. What a fucking Chad, dude. Like, if it was me, dude, I would be like,
hey, do you like anime? Do you want to watch anime?
Okay, let me just go through the entire weekend in order so I don't forget. So, Friday, Uber over to Arcadia, which is where the Airbnb is for like a lot of what's going on, like the house party and stuff like that. The boys start rolling in one at a time. There's Ollie, there's Matt, there is Sam, of course, the groom, myself, Joel, and Roy. So these 6 guys. I booked a table for 6 at a really nice restaurant called shit, I keep forgetting the name of it. I don't care enough to actually look it up. It was a really nice steakhouse. And I paid for the dinner for everyone. And yeah, it was really fucking good. It was really fucking good. No strip club. The bill came out to about like $1,000 for 6 people. I just wanted to make sure that he had a good fucking dinner and the boys had a good fucking dinner. And we did. Like we had like dry aged steaks. I personally got a porterhouse like a 40-ounce porterhouse that I shared with the table. We got like sides. We had a charcuterie board. Everyone was getting like cocktails and stuff. We ate like kings. We had to go over to Carmen's house for something called door games. It's this Chinese tradition where the groom's party has to win over the bride. Like, we had to win over the bridesmaids in order to get the bride from them and bring them over to the groom's side. We just got hazed. It was the reason why I've decided to never marry a Chinese woman, because holy fucking shit. It's just torture games mixed with bribing, okay? So Sam at the dinner was like, okay, boys, I'm gonna let you know right now. So for some fucking reason, we have to pay the bridesmaids real, actual money in order to initiate the door games in which I win my wife. So Carmen gets the money? No. What? No, the bridesmaids get the money. But the bridesmaids are gonna give the money back to Carmen, right? No. I'm gonna withdraw $500. Can anyone else withdraw cash? I'm like, $500? We gave them about $200-ish. My favorite part though was that after they let us into the apartment and they had already accepted our trade deal, I walked in, I was like, oh my god, it's so hot in here. Is there like air conditioning or something? Oh my, Jesus Christ, it is absolutely boiling in here. Oh my word, oh my lord. And then she was like, what? Wait, you had, and then we're like, it is too late to alter the deal any further. We definitely got our fucking shit kicked in though, because there was a series of games that we had to do afterward. The first game wasn't even a game. So we walk in and there's just a tray full of shot glasses of different colored liquids. Most of them are brown. So the maid of honor, her name was Karen, she comes forward and she's like, hey guys, so marriage has many phases. The first phase is the salty phase. Take these shot glasses of soy sauce, okay? And we're all good. You guys need to drink the salty phase down. We take the shot.
Oh, that's
just
real
straight
nice.
high sodium
Literally
motherfucking soy sauce,
dying.
dude. The next phase of life that a husband and wife must endure together is the sour phase. And she pulls out these 6 cups of vinegar, of Chinese cooking vinegar. Lord have mercy. That one was by far the worst one. Generally speaking, whenever I take shots of anything, including alcohol, I just try to like dump it into the back of my throat and just immediately just get down, right? But no, the vinegar just refused. It's like my throat closed up as soon as it tasted the sour, the overpoweringly sour taste of vinegar on my tongue. So it was just like stuck in my mouth, like, and eventually I had to open my throat and like let it down. But vinegar was the worst one. Third one wasn't bad, thankfully, because she's like, next phase is the bitter phase. And we're like, bitter? Oh shit, is this like Chinese medicine? Ended up being cold brew coffee. So that was actually like pleasant. And the next one, they just gave us a bowl of sriracha that we had to finish between the 5 of us, or the 6 of us. After that was actually not bad. It was honey. The next game, the groom had to. There were 16 pairs of shoes. 16 pairs of women's shoes.
Nice.
2 of those pairs belonged to Carmen. So he had to pick out 2 pairs of shoes out of the 16. I was like, Sam, hear me out. Listen, this sounds crazy, but what if you just sniffed the shoes until they gave up and just told you which shoes are theirs? He just looked at me and was just like, God damn it. Thankfully, though, he was able to guess both pairs within 3 tries. So he did too well that round. So the next round was each of the bridesmaids kissed a piece of paper, and then he was supposed to be able to identify which lips were his wife's. Ollie, for some fucking reason, was like, "Hey man, is your wife when she kisses you, does she a closed mouth kisser or an open mouth kisser?" Like, and Sam's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? What is wrong with you, dude?" He's like, I'm just saying, dude, like, if you look at the papers, there's 6 pairs of lips, but only one of them, there's like an open mouth suction looking one, you know? Like, I'm just saying, if Carmen is an open lip kisser, like, then like maybe he's just like, whatever, dude. He just like, he ignored him and he just said, okay, is it this one? And he's like, nope, that's your sister. Second guess, wrong again. Maid of honor. I need to do 10 push-ups every time he made him sick. So at this point, he did 20 push-ups. He chose the open mouth lip kiss, and that was his wife. That was his wife. Ollie was actually fucking right, dude. Ollie was right. And it was so upsetting to all of us that he was right. The next game is called Suck and Blow. The goal of the game, okay, we took a playing card, right? One playing card. And you had to transfer the playing card from the first person all the way to the last person using only your mouth, but without biting or pinching the card with your lips.
Bust the nut.
The technique is that you have to suck shit. You have to suck on this motherfucking playing card and then press it against the other guy's face, and then he sucks the card off of your face, and then he blows the card, and then so on and so forth. I was person number 2. I, strangely enough, had the most experience playing Suck and Blow, because Suck and Blow was a game that I played a lot back in college, because during our my fraternity days, we made the pledges play Suck and Blow as like a bonding exercise. So Joel was the first guy, and he's like kind of on the shorter side. He's like 5'7", right? The amount of air that we breathed into each other's mouths as we were trying to suck and or blow was... I definitely feel a lot closer to Joel after that weekend, dude. We failed as a team, and we had a team penalty, which was for us to do 18 Hindu push-ups. And I still don't know if this is made up or not, but apparently one of the groomsmen, Matt, was all too aware of the Hindu push-up. So let me see if I could perform the Hindu push-up for you guys accurately. You spread your legs in the back like this, right? And when you push down with your arms, you go like that. So it's like, so that's supposed to be like something resembling a Hindu push-up. We had to do 18 of those bad boys in our suits in a boiling hot apartment with no fucking air conditioning. Okay. Thankfully, the last game that we had to play was easy. We just had to reenact half of Twice's TT dance. I will show you the dance without the music because I don't want to get DMCA'd by Korea. All right. I was Momo in the front. This was me. Okay. So just imagine my head over Momo's body, and that was my role in this dance. But not nearly as hot and or as good at dancing, obviously. After that game, Carmen came out. She looked amazing. She was in her like her traditional Chinese dress. Sam was also in a traditional Chinese garb. I don't know what you guys have done to my brain, but you literally make me think the most fucked up shit. Like, I see everything in meme captions now, okay? And I saw him with Carb, I was like, you fucking colonizer, you're taking our women. I did not have a best man speech, D-Face, okay? But as best man, I actually think I did a very good job in terms of what gifts to get them, because the thing about Sam is a lot like a dad, in which like they will just straight up not tell you what they need and or want. They didn't have a wedding registry because Sam didn't want gifts. Like he just refused, and like he was the kind of guy that was in need of nothing. Do you know what I mean? But I did notice, okay, that when I had my AirPod Pros out, he was like, what's the difference between like normal AirPods and Pros? I was just like, oh, well, the Pros have like this cool like deafen and transparency feature, so like you could like, you know, noise cancellation, or make it so that you could like hear pretty clearly even with music on and stuff. And he like, I showed him the noise canceling feature, and he actually was really impressed by that. So I was like, yes, motherfucker, yes, I'm gonna get this guy some AirPod Pros for his wedding. But then I was like, oh, you know, like if I'm gonna get some for Sam, I should get some from Carmen too. So I went over to Carmen, and just to make sure, I was like, Carmen, do you have an iPhone? And she said, no, I've always wanted one, but I couldn't afford it. I never could afford it. Why do you ask? I'm like, no reason. And she was like, yeah, like I've always wanted an iPhone, and also like Sam, like he has a really old phone too, so like I don't know, I feel like AirPod Pros wouldn't really be helpful. So ya boy went to the Apple store and bought two iPhone 12s, two unlocked iPhone 12s, one black, which is Sam's favorite color for a phone, and one in lavender, which is apparently a brand new color, which just came out. And then I also got, on top of those two, also two AirPod Pros as well to go with their phones. That's why I'm thankful for you guys, because you guys have, you know, supported me so much throughout the past year, or so much throughout my streaming career, and you guys have put me in a position where I could give back to my friends, especially Sam, who like I fucking lived on his floor for like almost the entirety of my sophomore year. Like I owe that guy so much, you know? Thank you guys. You helped me do that, you know, very directly. Okay. People like Carmen's high school / college friends. Well, we're starting to pile into Airbnb we were staying at. Everyone's starting to drink and stuff. This goes back to when I was talking about like how guys or like people could be like really fucking smart, but also be really fucking stupid. I walk out, I ask Sam, "Oh, Sam, how's Carmen doing?" He's like, "Carmen's doing okay." And then all of a sudden from the other room I hear, "Roy." I'm like, what the fuck? I walk over and I see Matt, one of the groomsmen, only wearing boxers, just full on nipples out, okay? He's laying half on the bed, like only his back is on the bed, like this, right? Just only underwear. He's like, Roy, what are we doing? He kept saying, Roy, what are we doing? Over and over. And Roy, the other groomsman, every time he asked, said, the gay experience. And then Matt would just be like, Roy, what are you doing? And Roy would be like, the gay experience. And I was like, asked Sam, I was like, what the fuck? How long have they been doing that for? He looked straight back into my eyes and says, 3 hours. I'm like, what? He was like, there's no way. There's no fucking way, dude. He's like, Peter, listen, I had to find the gate key opener so that everyone could park their cars inside because street parking stops at 2 a.m. Okay, I could not for the life of me focus for 2 seconds because these motherfuckers kept going,
Roy, what are we doing?
The gay experience.
Roy, what are we doing?
The gay experience. Matt looks so uncomfortable. He's literally like he's like doing the electric chair halfway. Like his legs are hanging off the bed like this. They're not even on the fucking bed. His tits are out and he's just like, Roy, what are we doing? And Roy from the other room just says, the gay experience. Every time. For 3 hours. Okay? For 3 fucking hours. To the point where Joel had to like pick up Matt, take him to the other side of the room so he would shut the fuck up, okay? And Sam was able to finally find the fucking gate opener so that we could move the goddamn cars. But later on, Matt came to the same part of the bed, the same fucking part of the bed. He's just like, Roy,
the gay experience, punk.
Roy, what are we doing? The gay experience. And I was even joining in. I'd be like, Roy, what are we doing? The gay experience. Those guys are some of the funniest people I've ever met in my life, man. And I was a little sad that like we kind of lost touch, and that's mostly my fault, just because I've talked about this in the past where I have a really hard time keeping in touch with people that I don't like really see on a day-to-day basis. Like if I don't see you or interact with you or don't have like a direct reason to interact with you, it's hard for me to like go out of my way to message you. Which is bad, but like I really appreciated those guys because like when we linked up and hung out again, it was like no time had passed at all. Literally. Honestly though, like when I saw those guys, I was like, you guys look 21, 22 still. Like you guys don't look like you've aged at all. You guys don't look like 29-year-olds. I don't expect everyone to do this, and they shouldn't be expected to. But I have to say, I appreciate the shit out of my friends who are just able to like go with the flow and just like pick up where we left off. Those are like the most precious fucking friendships you could possibly have, and you need to cherish the fuck out of them. The next morning, we're cleaning up the house. We're just cleaning everything up. We have so much leftover shit. Like I think I brought like 40 beers and like a bunch of leftover food. Sam is just a really fucking funny guy. He never fails to crack me up. So while we were like cleaning up the house, right, and there's just too much extra shit, he's like Tostitos, half finished, purple bag. Like he's like auctioning off like random shit, and then if no one claims it, he just stuffs it into a trash can. He says, consequences. He just keeps saying consequences. It's like 6-pack of beer. Anyone take it? I'll take it. Good man. Okay. Half finished tiramisu. No one? Consequences. Just immediately stuffs the fucking cake into the bag. And he like looks you dead in the eye. He just shakes his head. Consequences. As he stuffs these fucking like items from the party into this trash bag. Consequences. Just stop. And then, you know, periodically you'd hear Matt from the corner of the room be like, Roy, what are we doing? The gay experience. What are we doing? The gay experience, Matt. consequences. I actually I would love for that to just be a meme in my channel.